Hello. In this video, I am going to demonstrate how to configure the IP address of the ABB AC500 PLC. So as you know already, to program the AC500, you need Automation Builder IDE, and then you also have to have the PLC on the same network as your computer where your Automation Builder is running. So for any PLC, a new PLC, for example, will have a default IP address. So before you can upload any code on the PLC, you have to configure the IP address so that it's on the same network as your computer that is running Automation Builder. So this tutorial here today briefly demonstrates how to set any IP address to your controller. So as you can see, I have, this is my AC500. This is version 3, call it V3. It's using CPU PM5650. I have two IO modules. I have this DX571, the digital input-output module. And then I have this DA501 module as well. It's a digital in-out and then analog in-out as well. So, and then I have one more communication module here. This is a serial communication module. So that is the setup that I have here. But basically what I'm going to do in this video is basically to set the IP address of the PLC. So to set the IP address, we shall use one tool that comes along with Automation Builder. It's called the IP config tool. So I will open my Automation Builder here. I am using Automation Builder 2.8. So go ahead and open that. Here's my Automation Builder open. I will first show you which addresses, or the IP address of my computer right now that is running Automation Builder. So I come here, if I open my command, here I can run ipconfig, and you can see that I'm using the current IP address on this computer is 192.168.134. So I want to have my controller have the same, rather have an IP address that is on the same network as the network that is, as the network on which my computer is running right now. So my computer right now is on 192.168.134. So I want to give my controller, for example, an address of 192.168.1. I'll start from 100. So that will be on the same network as my computer. So after establishing the address that I want to set on my controller, I can go ahead and open this IP configuration tool, like we've said already. So this is my Automation Builder IDE. I don't need to do anything. I just have to go to Tools. And then you'll see that under Tools, you have this IP configuration tool here. So start that. Now here, all you have to do is to physically connect your controller to the network on which your computer is connected. So as you can see, I have two Ethernet ports here on this controller, Ethernet 1 and Ethernet 2 right there. So I've attached one Ethernet cable to Ethernet 1 port there, and then this cable goes to the router on which my computer is connected as well. So that means that the controller is now physically connected to the network as my computer. Now, after you've done that, all you need to do is to use the scan button here. The scan button, or this scan functionality, will display or will search your physical network and will display all the controllers, all the AC500 controllers that are connected on that network. Now, it's also very important to make sure that your PLC, if it's in run mode, just go ahead and put it in stop mode, because you won't be able to configure the IP address if your PLC is in run mode. So I'll go ahead, I'll click this run button, that is this physical button on the PLC here. I'll click the run. The run will change it from run mode to, when I click the run button, rather, it will change it from run mode to stop mode, and vice versa. So I'll click run. Now you can see now it's in stop mode. So on the screen it says stop. If I want to run it again, of course, I'll click run again, then to go back to run mode. Like that. But I want it to in stop mode, so I'll click run, and then it's in stop mode now. So PLC is in stop mode. I'll go ahead and scan. So I'll just click scan here. And then it will search the physical network to and find all the AC500 PLCs on the network. As you can see, it has found already one device, and you can see the device here, that is the CPU version, the 5650, 2 Ethernet ports, serial number, and things of the kind. And this is the current IP address. Now, there is an expand button here. So since this controller has 2 Ethernet ports, like we've already said, you can configure different IP addresses or specific IP addresses for each port there. So you can see Ethernet port 1 is the one on top, the default one, and then Ethernet 2 is the one on bottom here. And you can see the IP address of Ethernet port 1 and then IP address of Ethernet port 2 there. So now I'm going to start configuring. I'll start with the Ethernet port 1. So when I click on that, you can see that a dialog or a window here, the left on the extreme right here, opens up a space where you can configure the IP address of the selected Ethernet port. So I'll go ahead and configure this. So remember, for my computer, I have 192.168.1.34, and subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. So I want to start from 200, for example. So I'll say 192.168.1.200, and then subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. So that is 255.0. And then you configure one port at a time. So after entering the IP address and subnet mask that I want, I'll just click this Send Settings button. Warning here tells you that the device will be reset. Just click OK, and then we wait. There is the status down here. So sending, meaning that it's sending the configuration to the controller. And then we wait. So the controller will be reset, remember, like we said. So it has to restart and boot up again. And then here it says send successful. So now we have a new IP address for this Ethernet port 1. So to verify that, we wait until the PLC has booted again. And then we can scan again to get the new configuration. And then you can see clearly here that we have 192.168.1.200. And now we can proceed to Ethernet port 2. And this is going to be 192.168.1.201. Again, subnet mask 255.255.255.0, so 255.0. And then now again, click send. Remember to set the PLC in stop mode before you write the configuration. Then now I can send configuration since the PLC is stop mode. Send, then the warning again, and then click OK. Now again, the status is sending. So let's wait for that too. And then you can see PLC is shutting down, and then it will restart to apply the new configuration. Send successful. And now we are gonna again scan to get the new configuration to make sure that everything has been configured correctly. We wait for the PLC to start. And now we can scan again. And now you can see that we have an IP address for Ethernet 2 as well. So Ethernet 1, 200, and Ethernet 2, 201. So that is all you have to do. That is the steps you must take in order to configure the IP address of your AC500 PLC. Okay, that's all for this short demonstration. Thank you and have a nice day.